Hey guys, this is Coach Carly, and you're watching Bull Time.
Well, welcome back to an edition of Bull Time, February 2024. Holy shit, we're recording this mid-March. We just finished February's meets. We got 2 more meets in March coming up, but we'll record that in a couple of weeks. Finally, like I said, I'm being more consistent. I know that was part of my 2024 goals, especially with the business. So I'm trying to keep my part in doing that. I'm trying to allow myself to make that presence a little bit more known. Not that we don't have that already, but it's been something that's been a part of it. We finally fully launched our 24-hour access, which has been super awesome. We have had a really, it's a different model, right? So it's been kind of interesting on the weekends where it's been a little bit more bare throughout where it usually wasn't. So, we were always open 8 to 2, and now it's like staff hours of 9 to 1. So it's been interesting that those have really been the only days that things have like kind of been different, I guess. But with our clients, they just text us, we open the door, they come in if they don't have a membership, but it's been great. People have utilized the 24-hour access, and that to me is the main reason why we got it. So it's been awesome. We've had no issues whatsoever, especially with new growth coming in. We've had plenty of new clients come in, and it's been awesome that they want to work with us, but also in addition, they love the ability to come in 24 hours. So been great. All right, kicking it to February, we've done 1 meet. We had our Mustache Mayhem. I had about, 14 of my own peeps compete. So it wasn't too bad. Definitely, we had a very good turnout. So far, even in March, we've had a really good turnout. So I am super stoked about how we were able to have this happen. So we'll start with our first person. We had Miss Betsy Moon. She went 8 for 9, had a 20 kilo total PR. Just super awesome. This was Betsy's second meet. And I know this, going into it, this was going to be her last. She didn't really want to do it, but I think she really likes the camaraderie that she has with some of the ladies and really enjoys that aspect of it. So I think we're going to get another one out of her, and she's going to do it with some of her friends. And that's so cool. And that's what this is all about, right? All about community, all about everyone building each other up as much as they can. And it was super awesome to see her have a 20 kilo total PR in her 60s. I mean, that's just fucking awesome. Next up, we had Lynn Aronica. Lynn went 6 for 9. It wasn't our best meet. A lot of factors that went into that adversely. She competed in March, and I don't want to foreshadow too much, but we had a much better outcome in her meet in March. But we tried to work on some things, and that's what this meet was all about. And unfortunately, we weren't able to work on the things that we wanted to work on. And now, I hope that after we had a negative experience, I hope that we can get back to try to work on the things that we wanted to work on. And that will be the next meet that we'll do. Not this one because it was a national level meet, but the next local meet that we do. I want to work on some things, fine-tune some things. So we talked about it. We know what we want to do moving forward. And it's gonna be awesome. Next up, we had Melissa Tranquilli. Melissa went 9 for 9, 10 kilo all-time total PR in a lower weight class from when she last hit her highest total. Moved up the rankings. That's always been a big thing for her. Things have been awesome, like really, really, really great. She has been super successful in the execution aspect of it. It's been something that we have worked on over the last couple of meets of like really executing the lifts the appropriate way, and really just believing in herself. I think this is the most confident that she's ever been, and that to me is fucking awesome. So that's what it's all about, and that's what we want to keep doing for. Next up, we had Christina Alexander. Ironically, she went 5 of 9, but had a 2.5 kilo total PR. So I think that just goes to show you how strong she did get from her last meet to this meet. And, a lot of that is life stuff going on, a lot of, unfortunate events crawling her way to get into that. And I was just happy she showed up that day. And the fact that we still, squeaked out a 2.5 kilo total PR, I mean, I can't complain at all. Next up, we had Peggy Miskey. A little off meet for Peggy. We definitely, I didn't know this until after, but she tweaked her hamstring a week out. Didn't say anything really. She said that she had some hamstring soreness, but until we got into her actually competing and watching the deadlift especially, that was apparent that things were not right, and it was a little bit more severe than just a little ache. So we definitely been doing some rehab over the last 6 weeks. We're definitely going to keep that habitual pattern going for a little bit. To keep the rehab going. We've finally started to actually push on deadlifts, so I'm happy to have us keep pursuing that and allowing her to actually keep growing. So I'm really happy about how that turned out for her now that the rehab process is going. And I also think it's, this is a good point to talk about for anyone. Routine maintenance on your body is important. The boys here, whether it's with the boys or with Christine, their newest PT, part of Ethos, or anyone else, whether it's chiropractor or acupuncture or massage, whatever may have you. It is always important to take care of your body in that way. Most people don't. Most people don't take care of their body on a weekly basis, let alone a daily basis. A lot of people will only get to a point where it becomes severe and it's not maintenance. So Peggy and I talked about being able to make that happen, being able to make it a habitual thing every 4 to 6 weeks where we can actually get into taking care of our bodies. And I think it's going to be helping. I think it helps a lot. And, whether that's 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. And if you do the things that they teach you and you do the things that that can help you, it's going to be a way better positive experience for you. So I think it's important to allow yourself to take care of your body in that way, because I damn well know that every athlete doesn't do all the little things every single day that they could to do that. So even if you're doing that once a week, I think that'll help. Or once every 3 to 6 weeks, especially getting a little tune-up. I think that's great before you get into a severe injury. Next up, we had Mariah Urban going 9 for 9, 12.5 kilo total PR. Huge day. Traveled in from Wisconsin. We hit a 300-pound deadlift. Finally hit a PR in every single lift with some room in the tank. I know one of our goals was to try to qualify for Nats, and I understand that the Nats totals went up to something that I don't think we can qualify for this year. So to have her come in and not be deflated and actually put in the kind of work and effort into this meet is just fucking awesome. She absolutely crushed it, has been crushing it every single meet. And I think this meet finally was a big believing in herself kind of meet. So I'm super stoked about that. Next up, we had Kim Bizzotti, went 8 for 9, but I think that was just because of a technical issue, and 17.5 kilo total PR. I mean, Kim has been added over 100 kilos since we've started together, and this is just another notch on the belt of how great of a job that she is doing, how great of a job she does in training. She is a super busy lady with owning her own business, having a stressful job, owning a bookshop, having a book service. So it's she is doing a lot, and she still makes it work, comes in 4 days a week in the mornings and just absolutely crushes it. So I'm super proud of how well she did. Next up, we had Mr. Bradley Kozlow, 9 for 9, 32.5 kilo total PR. Wow, what a fucking surprise. This kid, I did not see this coming, did not anticipate it, couldn't believe what I saw, and absolutely smashed his entire day. Little else to say about that, because I did not see this happening for him, especially this well of a day, but he said he was feeling good, hit his illustrious 400-pound squat, and fucking A, that was awesome. So super proud of him, super happy. I can't wait to see him keep growing. Next up, we had Mr. Mikolai Sahaki, and he went 8 for 9, 15 kilo total PR. Absolutely great day, especially for he was traveling beforehand, and we were still able to get through the meet and have a good meet and still hit 15 kilo total PR with even missing a lift. So I'm super pumped, super jazzed about how well that looked. So happy for him. Next up, we had Mr. Jared Gackenbach. Went 7 for 9. Definitely missed the last bench, missed the last dead. Still ended up with a 2.5 kilo total PR. I definitely know that we had even some room on the squat. Definitely took the high end on the bench. If we would have hit the low end, I think we're talking about a 7.5 kilo total PR. Let's say we chip a little bit of a deadlift and don't go as high. We're talking about a 15 kilo, 12.5 kilo total PR. Taking risks, that's what these local meets are all about. I'm super happy about where we're going from our next steps about him cutting down a weight class and getting down into wedding shape as well. Next up, we had Mr. Nick Tiveridge, 8 for 9, and the 7.5 kilo total PR. Hit a huge squat. Definitely our first prep together. Gaining an understanding for what he's looking for, what I'm looking for, how we can both help each other, how we can, what he needs out of a prep. So I'm happy about the overall outcome. Reminding him this is how your body's supposed to feel. Reminding him of how things are supposed to go. So, I'm super thrilled about how well he did with all things considered. Huge bench, huge squat, and we pushed a little bit on the deads and missed the last one. So you're talking about another, 17.5 kilos off the board. That's 25, would have been a 25 kilo total PR. We still walk away with 7.5. Can't complain one iota. Next up, we had Mr. Blake, Big Body Blake, 8 for 9, 42.5 kilo total PR. What a fucking day for Mr. Blake. Again, these kids between Bradley, Mikolai, Blake, Nolan, and Kagan, I know those two didn't compete this meet, but holy shit, we got a little crew here of the young kids that are just slaying it as a teenager. A 42.5 kilo total PR for him. Even missed one of his lifts. And we still went up. It wasn't like it was a bad thing, so it just absolutely crushed his meet. I'm super proud of this kid, the way that he puts in all the work, shows up, no bullshit, just puts his head down, goes to work. I know that his dad has been such a positive influence for him in the sense of staying on that schedule, and he's just absolutely turned his life around, let alone turning around anything to do with lifting. He treats lifting as it's a privilege, and if I don't do well in other aspects of my life, I get this taken away. And why would I want to take the thing away that is so important to me? So him having those own principles in his own head, I'm just fucking so happy about. Next up, we had Buffalo Eric Borowski, 9 for 9, 27.5 kilo total PR. What a great day. Not only that, dude, he's out there slaying it right now, in Europe on tour with Buried Alive. He's legitimately touring Paris, Germany, Czech Republic. I know he's going to England and London. He's on a 10-day tour out there with those guys. He's opening up with his band Pure Heel. So not only crushing it as a tattoo artist, crushing it as a musician, and crushed it at his meet as a little send-off before he went on this tour. So really awesome to see him kind of grow. When we started with Eric, he came from such a conditioning background. I need to do circuits, I need to do body weight, and then never really squatted, benched, or deadlifts. And the fact that we're here where we are right now and lifting the kind of weights that we're lifting, and the progress that we're still making with also trying, knock on wood, to keep his body healthy with how many compromised positions he in between a musician and a tattoo artist. He's doing such a good hell of a job. And shout out to Sarah Grubino for helping him on his off days with doing a little bit more of the work that maybe when no one's watching he's not doing. So super happy about that, proud of him for everything. Next up, we had Jordan Fuentes. Had an off day. Definitely, for Jordan, we only missed one lift, two lifts. We went, one lift. We only went, 5 of 6, and only missed his last deadlift. So things happen. We tried to push for a PR. Wasn't there. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm happy about it. Again, we talk about big life things, kind of like talking about what happened with Christina, same thing with Jordan, just a whole lot of life stuff that comes up, and sometimes it plays a major part in what your progression is, and whether it's lifestyle, whether it's injuries, or whether it's other things that are out of your control. You try to do your best that you can. He shows up every session. He does exactly what is expected of him, and sometimes the outcomes just unfortunately aren't in that favor. So I wish things were different, but I know that he'll come back stronger than ever, and he's doing the right stuff. He worked with Zach to get his hip rehabbed, and we're going to start squatting actually in like a week or two. So I'm super happy. Last up, we had Mr. Gage Fay. Mr. Gage finally hit his 600-pound deadlift, chipped his bench PR, and we just missed a little bit of a deadlift PR. Still had a 5-kilo total PR, 8 for 9. I know I give him a lot of shit all the time, but I am really, really proud of how well he comes in, he does his work, he does what he's supposed to do. He might complain about it, but he actually does his accessories now, and that's super exciting. I even watch him do his ab work, and I watch him do his stupid back and chest accessories in the back, and results are still happening for him, and that's super positive and encouraging to see that happen. So I think now that he finally has that 600-pound deadlift under his belt, I think now we can kind of just go into training and not have to worry about how should I say it, like the energy in the tank being expended so much. So I'm very happy to finally be able to just kind of cruise, kind of keep our head down, and not have to worry about, I need to hit the squat, or I want to hit the squat. Now we can just kind of take numbers. He finally hit it on the platform, and hopefully now that these weights are been hit before, that his energy levels will come back during deadlift. So super happy about how everyone did. We averaged a 84% completion percentage, which is in between 7.5 to 8 lifts completed out of 9. We also had only 3 of those people not total PR, and everyone else did pretty significant. So I'm really proud of everyone. Can't wait to come back in March. We got 2 more events in March, and then we're on to April. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye.